Now for this week's headlines. A business jet crashed in Russia with all 10 people on board dead. Yevgeny Prigozhin was listed as being on board. Does anyone believe that this was an accident? No? Good, me neither. In business news, after fighting against so-called right to repair legislation, Apple has now stated that they support the California bill codifying the right to repair Apple products in that state. Which makes me question, why? Why now? What did they slip into the bill that made it now palatable for them? Or is it just that they lost a civil suit over battery life of their older phones, that they now feel the need for a PR win and simply decided to take this loss for the PR win? Either way, I don't trust it, and I have an Android anyway. In the Maralago documents case, it was determined that Trump employee 4, the Maralago IT worker, had lied to investigators and given false testimony previously. He retracted those statements and confirmed a conversation between himself, Nauta, and quadruply indicted, twice impeached hoo-ha grabber about a plan to delete the video footage of them moving around documents. I wonder when Trump will start looking at purchasing some land in a country without extradition via some straw company. Because of all the indictments, some Trump supporters are hinting or even calling for a civil war. But remember, 9 Trump lieutenants have already given up in Atlanta, so it's already not looking good for Civil War 2.0. In non-political news, a woman pled guilty to fatally shoving a Broadway singing coach in order to only serve 8 years in prison. Laura Pazanezia shoved the beloved vocal coach Barbara Maer Gustern in a random attack on the street. Hey Laura, 2 things. When they say break a leg, it's only a figure of speech. You're not supposed to injure anyone. And B, even if it was a literal statement, don't push somebody that's so old that they might break a hip, or B, so hard that they might also die. Ironically, Pazienza's father owns the #1 cesspool firm in Suffolk County. I guess he decided to bring his work home when they decided to have kids. And finally, NASA has asked for help in taking pictures of Uranus. They plan on taking pictures from behind, and they want your help. Apparently in 2 months, the New Horizons spacecraft will reach around for a better view. But NASA believes having multiple instruments may be beneficial. The more the merrier, I guess. With so much help, they may be able to study the swarming atmospheres in Uranus. According to NASA, even from an amateur astronomer, telescopes as small as 16 inches, these complementary observations can be extremely important. So remember, folks, when going to study Uranus, it's important to come with at least 16 inches. Anything less might not do the job. Some may think that involving so many amateurs would be nuts, but regardless, I hope they keep us abreast of the situation. And just remember, if they find Klingons around Uranus, you might want to wipe better or invest in a bidet. And that was this week's headlines.